I got to tell you about a story in Highpoint prison. You get me? I got kicked out of Highpoint. I just saw a video online. I got kicked out of Highpoint, and they said, "Look, boom, yo, you was El Chapo. You was the main man. You was that guy that was flooding the jail with spice." Now, at the time, I'm talking about this openly. I don't care, because at the time it was a legal substance. That means people was going on visits and they was bringing spice on, and the officers will catch them. They will call the police, and the police will say, "We can't do nothing about it. There's nothing we can do about it." You get me? Because it's like bringing ketchup on a visit or ingredients on the visit. You're not gonna get arrested for that. You will just get banned from the jail. So let me speak about this. I'm gonna break it down, because Spice and Highpoint at that time, we didn't really know the full ins and outs. What Spice was, it was very new. Like when I say it was like something called Exodus, Dalmatian. There was loads, but we didn't know obviously the power. Right now, everyone used to smoke Spice because of obviously it didn't come up on piss tests. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke Spice. I don't do none of that. I've never have. But what it used to do for people was like it was stronger than weed, but people was actually hooked on Spice. So I saw this video and I thought, you know what, let me just do a video and talk about this. You get me? She says it's a Saturday.
Has just been jailed after falling in love with a prisoner. Olivia Johnson, age 27, was caught smuggling £35,000 worth of substances during a random search at HMP Highpoint in September 2022. Further investigation revealed she was in a relationship with a prisoner serving.
Guys, let's break it down. Look, you're in jail. You're a female officer. Of course, you're gonna catch feelings for the inmates, bro. There's many personalities, and you've got the scammers, you got the trappers, you got whoever. Everyone's in there, bro, and they need attention. So they've conditioned you. This is the word for it. You've been conditioned. You get me? And bro, my girl Olivia, you can see, bless your cotton socks. You get me? This is what happens.
A long sentence for serious offences. Staff at HMP Highpoint had been carrying out an operation involving searches on staff as they arrived. At around 7:30 a.m, Johnson attempted to turn around and walk back out of the search area, claiming she needed the toilet. She was taken to speak with the governor, where she admitted she had something in her bag that she shouldn't have. Investigators later found she had received suspicious payments totaling over £14,000. Her defense said she had been young and naive at the time and was very sorry for what she'd done. She was jailed for 3.5 years.
3.5 years? Ooh, that is kind of 3.5 years, do 21 months. She'll probably get tagged, maybe not. Well, she'll go to open jail. She's a girl. She's alright. She was a prison officer. They'll still kind of deal with her, right? But yeah, let me tell you a story about Knife Point, because this is what it was called. High Point was called Knife Point. If you was in High Point at the time that man was there and before, there was no cameras, guys. There was no cameras in High Point. So that just means anything could happen. Anything. It was a free for all. To make it worse, yeah, that you see in High Point, you have domestics. You go out on domestics. So you go to workshops. They had a workshop that was like a welding workshop. So basically, where was welding, the man them are just making hundreds of knives and bringing it out and then just plotting it all around the jail. I remember there was a guy, yeah, tried to rob a youth, robbed him, took his stuff. You see, the next day, that youth, yeah, stabbed him up about, I swear down, he got stabbed up about 30 times. He had to get airlifted out from the prison to the hospital. He came back in the prison with, because that's what happens, isn't it? They didn't even ship him off. They didn't even ship him out. The youth that poked up the youth was in the block. He still bust case because there was no cameras. He kept me. And then obviously my man was just still there, and his face, bro. This is what happens in Knife Point. Knife Point was such a real jail, yeah. If there was an issue, you will get brought up, bro, and there was no cameras. And only when I was leaving, then they start putting up cameras inside on the wings. But before that, it was free for all. So let me just tell you the realness. But Highpoint changed my life. I'm gonna refer as the big fella. So Highpoint changed the big fella's life, bro, because there was, at the time, we had something called, we had a legal high. It was legal. It was called Exodus Dalmatian. And that legal high, I remember online you can order it. It was like £300 for like 5 Zs. Bro, that 5 Zs made like 7,500 just from that 5 Zs. Then from that, bro, within 18 months, the big fella probably made around 6 figures. Easy. People around him on each wing was probably making like, they made around 30, 40K. And obviously, you know, when you're doing something, people don't like what you do. Because like I said, in jail, this is at the lowest point when man's in jail, going through it, boom, boom, boom. There's no progression. Man's serving the big sentence, but man's just running the whole jail in terms of like, everyone's good, everyone's happy, but people were always jealous of me, bro. They was always jealous of me. There was always. It doesn't matter. So that's now I started channeling my energy to do something positive and showing people like, but in Highpoint, my name was getting put on the bot, like in the flipping, in you know, you have the complaint spots. My name's getting put in there. Spare people, oh, it's Bouncer, bro. Bouncer didn't do anything. The jail was running, Bouncer wasn't doing anything. You get me? Bouncer wasn't hands-on. I'm getting kicked off the wing. I got kicked off a house block called 6 and 7. So 6 and 7, you was never banged up. Never banged up on that billet. Never, ever banged up on that billet. You can maneuver. They say around a certain time you have to be in your cells, but never banged up. And obviously, we all had phones, so we would always put our phones in certain hiding spot, get me around the billet and maneuver. Or we used to have certain people that would just hold our phones and we just pay them. So, but from like, I reckon like it went for a year, it was great. Then after that year, bro, they kicked me off, sent me to the drugs unit, and it just had me in a certain way. But obviously on the drugs unit, man, was patterned. And then the last call happened, and something happened in the jail. Something mad happened in the jail, and they were just like, enough's enough. But they didn't really stitch me up. They didn't really stitch me up like that, because they didn't star me up. I was a C-cat. You get me? I still had like 3 years of my sentence to go. You get me? So I've been in jail like almost 3 years of my sentence, and they shipped me to High Down. Now, High Down is my local. It was my local prison, High Down. I was there years ago. I was fighting all the time. So the officers that knew man there, they knew me. They all still knew me. They used to call me the general, because I was fighting on visits, fighting in the mosque. I was just rocking. This is what was happening. But when you're growing up on the streets and you're going up in jail, this is what happened. You fight here, you go to block. Do you know what I mean? So this is what's made me who I am now. Maybe man's just more fearless of the way how I say things. Bro, we've been through it. So anyway, I've gone to High Down. High Down was different. It was a lot of bang up. It was a bit nasty. It was like a B-cat local. But the man them was there, like it was calm, like it was good. Like I started learning how to do like cooking my kettle with the stinger. Do you know what I mean? I was banged up with Dave's brother. So big shout out Dave, the music artist. I was banged up with his older brother. We used to flip and play Scrabble every single day. I swear down, we used to play Scrabble. As a man that can't read and write, I started knowing these mad letters. You get me? We was up to early hours playing Scrabble. That was my favorite cellmate, bro, Dave's brother. And he was like, oh, my brother's a musician, you know? Like these times there, I didn't even know I was even gonna be in this position or be a music manager. He said, yeah, he's doing these things. Brother used to come visit him. Remember, he's got another brother that's incarcerated for life, for murder. I think he's coming out soon. But anyway, it just went in one ear and come out the other. I swear down, you get me? And then from being in High Down, obviously I worked in the inpatients unit. So in the inpatient unit was like, there was a lot of nonsense in there, ex-offenders, but there was a lot of people that like need dialysis, and there was a lot of actual people that actually had mental health. You get me? So I worked on there, but because I got somehow, I don't know, bro, I got accepted to that level. They gave me my DCAT, and that's kind of where I went to DCAT. But Highpoint changed my life because man made money, bro. And from making money, coming out and investing into Dig that was it. Like, that was it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That was it. And obviously, back then, bro, like, guys, man, remember, they have bank accounts or anything. So it's like everything that man was doing, it was just patterned, innit? So when I'm saying I could speak on these things, it could be a theory. I could be chatting rubbish. You can flipping investigate it, bro. You're not gonna, do you know what I mean? Let me speak about it. But it's just a mad one. It's like, it shows you like about your time, innit? That's the point of it is like your time, innit? How do you value your time? What do you do with your time? Like, what energy do you put in? And I'm not saying that man's proud of where we're at, because I know the effects. But at the time, remember, we was the first to deal with spice. We didn't know the crazy spice effects. It was just like, oh yeah, boom, people smoking it and the piss test. There was no crazy effects till we started seeing the impact of it. Then it was like, but the impact of it, bro, I stopped a long time ago. It's like, I made my bag, I stopped, I got kicked out, boom. I just carried on and just focused on being a good boy. So yeah, man. But before I even finish this, guys, make sure you fill in, click the link in bio, put your name. I'm about to start a Patreon, you get me? So I'm going to be sharing a lot of insights, you get me, longer videos. But I want to kind of, see me, I always go on, I always look at content creators online, and I will always like follow great content creators and I love these sort of content creators. J Notes, there's a guy called J Notes Artist. Let me flip my screen. He's cold.
People out there that got more than you and they can't stand you. There's people out there in a better position than you and they're still jealous of you. It's your aura. It's your character. It's the way that people take a liking to you. That's a piece of the puzzle that they ain't got. They got to force relationships. They got to buy relationships. But you ain't got to do that. You're just being yourself. You believe in yourself and you're a likable person. Now, that ain't your problem. You understand? All you got to do is pray for these people, man. But you know when you feel that envy come.
See, when he talks, yeah, for me, it's like, bro, this is what we need. You lot watching that. There's people out there that envy you, bro, that's jealous of you. And you got it's very important to protect that energy there. Protect your energy. Make sure you select who even gets access to you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man.
Coming from them and you're thinking, yo, like, you're in a better position than me. Why are you hating on me for? Like I said, it's your character, it's your aura, it's the way that people take a liking to you with you just being yourself. So all you can do is pray for these people. Carry on being yourself. Don't change for no one. And like I said, just be you, because that's all you're doing, right? And these people are still hating on you. Funny stuff. But like I said, man, just keep doing what you're doing, keep being yourself, and pray for them, man. Come on, man. Let's
Love this sort of content. If I was to give him some advice, long form content on YouTube. Long form. Keep on going. Long form. But yeah, man, I need to stop closing the curtains so you lot can see me better on the back end. So yeah, I will do that. But yeah, this is my last video for today, man. It's Saturday. I want you lot to enjoy your Saturday. So I'll see you lot tomorrow, man. And make sure you fill in your details. Click the link in description and get ready for that Patreon, man. We're about to build up a crazy community, crazy Discord community. We're about to do some live podcasts. Hey, get ready for it. Wish.